Shut up and sit down.
Boy, oh boy, it's another incredible week, and oh my goodness, you guys are all here with me and the old Matster on episode 111 of Third Shift. It has indeed been a glorious week. All sorts of wonderful things have taken place, and you're going to hear all about them because you know what we do when we first get this sucker rolling. Hey, Matt, how was your week, buddy?
It was crappy, and I didn't do nothing.
Oh, look at that.
How about yours? No. Well, of course, this week, it was quarter-end week, which means suffering and madness and overtime and sadness. Hey, that was actually pretty good. Good job, me. The only thing that I did do this week was I finished the Hell in the Cell pay-per-view from last month. I watched the last two matches, the Ronda Rousey match, which was pretty good, and then the Hell in the Cell main event, which was also pretty good for the most part, but had the cool finish where Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman returned. Brock actually kicked like one of the big doors off the cell, and it just like exploded in. It was a really cool visual. But then the fact that they had like a no contest in the Hell in the Cell, like, hey, you're in Hell in a Cell, there has to be a winner. The match won't get stopped even if you get thrown off the cell and then through it like Mick Foley. And they were like, oh no, they're both out. We can't. Bing, 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 bing. No contest, no winner. And you could hear the crowd just start to turn on it like instantly. And then they're like, all right, thanks for watching. Bye. So it was really interesting from that perspective. I'm like, you booked yourself into a corner and then had to like shut the show off real quick so that nobody could see that everyone in the arena was really, really mad. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good show. One of the better pay-per-views I've seen in a while. And then the only other thing that did happen this past week was New Japan had one of their USA shows. What was it? Oh, God. Now I'm blanking on the name. Oh, no. Strong Style Unleashed, or Fighting Spirit Unleashed. That's what it was. It was in Long Beach, California, I think at the Walter Pyramid. And I didn't have enough time to watch it because of quarter end. And then one day when I was like, yeah, I'm going to watch it. What's this email I got? New Japan. Oh, credit card cancellation? What is this? Because I had it on an old debit card. Didn't update the expiration date when I got the new one. So it finally hit, and now I couldn't watch it. So I had to go home, re-sign up. Actually, I did it at work today, but don't tell anybody I did that. Cut that from the show. Oh, no. So now I can watch it again. So I'm going to watch that this weekend. And also this weekend is the WWE Super Showdown, big pay-per-view event from Melbourne, Australia. It's like at the cricket grounds. I think they said they have like 60,000 seats sold in that. So that should be a pretty fun show. We'll see if any titles change hands or anything big happens, but should be fun. What else am I going to do this weekend? Hey, I'll just tell you what I'm going to do,
and then I'll
tell you how it was later. Yeah.
I'm going to double down. Yes.
So tomorrow, which is today as you're hearing this, I'm finally going to go see White Boy Rick in the very last showing at the Regal Theater over here. There's one at like 11:15 in the morning, and since I took Friday off, perfect. I didn't even think about it, and I was just like, I wonder if there's any showings left. Oh my God, there's one on the very last day. Hell yeah, I'm going to go see that. Then I think Mom said she wanted to go see A House with a Clock in Its Walls. We'll probably see that, I think, on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday morning. We just got the tickets for that. And then I want to go see A Star is Born, because freaking Bradley Cooper is an awesome actor, and I want to see him be a weird old alcoholic, burnt-out singer dude. And Lady Gaga's been good in everything I've seen her in. So that should be fun. I like the previews of it. Looks cool. Other than that, I'm not doing anything this weekend. I can't think of anything to talk about during the week other than just work and being angry. Oh, yeah. I talked with Howard today, and he said Who Framed Roger Rabbit was, quote, a horrible movie. So fuck you, Howard. You suck.
Howard,
you don't know movies.
You don't know anything.
You're an idiot.
That's the dumbest thing I've heard today. There we go. I can always rely on Howard for the dumbest thing of the day. God bless him.
Yes, you absolutely can. Oh, my God. So if you agree that Howard sucks, please text him at and then text him and tell him how much he sucks and his opinion on movies sucks. Also, the one thing that I almost punched him in the face for, he was talking about Batman, and he was like, have you seen that Batman Returns? And I was like, I like perked up my ears. And he went, that's the one where he's like 60 years old and he comes back. I'm like, oh, you mean The Dark Knight Returns. You don't mean Batman Returns, because that was a movie that was great. And he went, and I went, get out of here. Just walk out the door right now.
Just leave.
Go.
You're talking clueless right now.
I'm gonna punch you in the face over 2 old movies for just because you're so horrible. So that was it. It was actually a fun day today because it was my Friday and I got to almost punch Howard. Other than that, it's been just a crappy week. Fun stuff coming up this weekend. What about you, Eric? What did you do this weekend? Hey, what are you gonna do this weekend? Tell me about all your plans.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, wait. I haven't even talked about the video game front. Shut your mouth, Eric. Oh, boy, here we go. I haven't even been playing any video games because it's been so crappy. I even got Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise. I haven't had a chance to play it yet. The only other thing that I did do, somewhat on a video game front, is I got a new headset because the cord out of mine was kind of getting loose and crackly and poppily, and you heard the feedback. That one Borderlands that we had, I've heard it going kind of in and out on some streams. So I got some Stealth 700s from Turtle Beach just because I wanted to go wireless. So far, I mean, I've tested them out a little bit. So far, I like them pretty well. They've got the same, chat and game audio dials on the back of them, which is what I really wanted them for. They feel like chintzy plastic crap, but reviews say they seem to hold up well, and I'm not going to treat them like crap. So should be fun. Look out for those on a future stream at some point. I don't know. And then, hey, Eric. Now it's your turn.
No, all right. I can talk. Thank you, sir.
Wait a minute. I got to talk about I played ball with my dog today, and she was chasing it. It was really cool. It was really fun. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Okay. All right. So, as you said, we did quarter in this last week. It's been a long, miserable, achingly heart-wrenching week. I have been on the ball about working out this whole week as well because I figured
you have actually.
If I can tear through working out on a quarter-in week, then I can tear through working out on normal weeks. So I feel like if I can just dip myself into the flames and fire right now, that coming out of it, hey, working out on normal days, that's like a walk in the park. So, I'm trying to hit myself as hard as I can right now, so the hits later are just easier to take. You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess I understand what you're saying. If you're already in the pit, you might as well put some dirt on your head too. But then at the same time, I also think of it from a different perspective. I'm already miserable. Let me make myself more miserable by doing this hard thing that I don't actively want to do. But see, then when you're like, all right, I'm back from the thing I'm going to do this weekend that I'm going to tell everybody about later. All right, I'm back everything's great. You're going to be like, I don't want to do that. I'm feeling great right now.
No.
Man.
Because I'm changing the level of happiness. See what I mean? I'm fundamentally changing the level of happiness, Matt. So if I'm down in a dark pit of evil sauce and nothingness, and then I raise up into the regular pit, you see what I'm saying, by having normal days and then working out, that's still an upgrade.
But see, if you're in the pit, you can sprinkle some dirt on your head. But once you're out of the pit,
you're not going to want
to put more dirt on your head.
Matt, I haven't been out of the pit in 6 years.
Well, that's poor choices on your part, my friend.
Don't have children, Matt. No, they're awesome, but you know what I mean. I'm messing around with you.
You should see his face. He's automatically shaking his head. They're great. He's actively giving a thumbs down. He doesn't even know he's doing it. He's just like choking himself. They're so good. I love them.
Oh goodness. So I've been pretty proud of that. I've been working out again, having a good time with it, feeling much better already, which is ridiculous because, of course, obviously when you let yourself go as we have, apparently working out for 1 week makes you feel like you're $1 million, so that's a good feeling. Beyond
that is something I need to get back on because, Howard's gone after this week.
3 weeks.
I was going to say I'm going to start bringing my gear and running with Howard again.
Yeah, he's gone.
Because that week I did, I felt great too. Man, come on, Howard.
Yeah, I laugh with Howard because he didn't work out at all for the 2 weeks he's in Candyland, and then he hasn't worked out at all these 2 weeks I was in Candyland, and now he's going away for 3 weeks to Disneyland, so he ain't working out in Disneyland. So anything he's done in the last 5-6 months is completely obsolete gone. And doesn't count, doesn't mean anything in his life. So my advice for him is to just not try. Just give it up.
What he should do is when he's on that cruise that he told me he's going on for one of those weeks, just jump off the boat and just
right into the ocean.
Well, he actually did tell me today too. His goal in life is just to die. So you can't get any easier than just toppling off the side of the boat.
You know what he should do? You know how everybody on the cruise is like they love the crab legs. Okay, everybody's always fighting over the crab legs. He needs to beat everyone to those crab legs. Take some 550 cord, whatever, some wrap the crab legs all around his body and then jump into the ocean. So he's immediately eaten by some sharks or whales or something.
or people just from the
Or
cruise
we'll
who
come,
gotta
yeah,
have
we'll
the crab
just,
legs. And
we'll
just,
just,
we become ravenous rabid humans. Brah.
and they will just decimate him, and he'll be done. We won't have to worry about it. Oh goodness! All right, enough about Howard. We've ragged on him enough today. Poor Howard.
We haven't ragged on him enough, but we might be done for now.
So in life, besides the quarter end working out, all that good stuff, not too much has been going on because obviously we're at work. However, this weekend, since Matt's keen on telling the future here, I'll just go ahead and let you guys know I'm about to go on a cool Halloween camping trip. It's the last one of the season. We're taking the kids into Grand Haven. If you don't know where that is, doesn't really matter. It's by Lake Michigan. And we're going to camp there for the weekend, obviously. And they've got a whole Halloween shindig both days, Friday, Saturday. They got all sorts of cool events going on. Find the pumpkins, carve pumpkins, do all this stuff. Haunted houses, hay rides, obviously trick-or-treating Saturday. It's going to be a good time and a lot of fun. The only problem is, of course, in Michigan, is you never know what the weather's going to be like. They forecasted 100% thunderstorms yesterday. Today they say 50% chance thunderstorms. So who knows? They don't, obviously. 50. I mean, what is that? 50% chance of storms, 50% chance not. Literally, somebody's being paid $65,000, $70,000 a year to say there's a 50% chance of sun and a 50% chance not sun. What's that even mean?
So no matter what happens, I was right.
That doesn't mean anything. It means nothing. But that's a whole nother subject for a different time. I'm just stating.
Oh, come on. Let's get into that one.
No,
Eric.
we're
Come
not
on. Let's
getting
do
into
this
it.
one, too. Here we go.
So that's what I'm doing this weekend. So I can't wait to report back to you guys and gals next week with how that all went and if the family had a lot of fun with it. And video game-wise, I've been just smashing Destiny Forsaken. I'm finally raid ready. This Sunday, once we're back from the camping trip, I'm going on my first and last raid. So this is a monumentous moment. All this work for one raid because it probably won't be the last one, but my brother is deploying and he's one of the core raid members. So once he goes away, we'll just be relying at that point on Rando to hop in and help us out, or maybe somebody I know at work or whatever. So therefore, you know what I mean. It becomes an inconsistent, who knows if it's going to work out kind of thing. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get her done and handle the business. And besides that, it's been just cruising, like bruising. I'm just glad to be out of the old quarter end and into a normal work schedule once again.
Yes, absolutely. And that's all for us individually this week. As a team, we did IG2G episode 38. It was an abbreviated episode because quarter end. You know how it is. I thought we had a pretty good time with that one and got into I guess it was fun. It was a fun discussion on that telltale point. I
enjoyed the conversation. I mean, it's about a bad subject, but all the same,
that's what I was.
It was a good conversation.
I didn't want to be like, "Hey, what a fun and great discussion about all these people's lives getting ruined." It was wonderful.
No, it was definitely not a good discussion to be having, but I felt like we went through it and had a time at it and had a good conversation on the whole matter. So definitely check that out if you want our opinions and thoughts on that whole unfortunate set of circumstances.
Yep, absolutely. So that was it for us as a team. What else did a team member who's not here to talk about it do this week? Oh my goodness, Danny had a 24-hour stream. It was basically all of Wednesday, from like midnight Wednesday morning to midnight Wednesday evening. You know what I mean. But that was pretty crazy, playing mostly Danganronpa V3. I got to drop in for some of my very favorite parts of that story. I missed some good ones and then came back for one of my favorite cases and the whole ending and one of the characters turning like completely dark and evil. Oh my God, so good. But I know she also played some, she got some Overwatch in there as a nice little break from all the story madness. But that was pretty fun. Every time I popped in, she had a whole bunch of viewers except for when I popped in like at 4 o'clock in the morning when I got up. But pretty good time. I know her sister was in there a lot. Mom was watching a lot. I'm sure a bunch of the regulars were too. So the next time something crazy like that goes down, pop in and say hi. And otherwise, you know what? Tweet Danny at Usakoi84 a congratulations message. And go watch the 24 hours of Danny Madness.
That's right. Go give her some props because you know what? When you get old like us, playing a video game for 24 straight hours... or basically 24 straight hours, I got problems. I got back problems. I got neck problems. I got butt problems. I got all sorts of problems. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to do that kind of thing.
I mean, that's all true. And I was just, before you got to the butt area and made me laugh, I was just thinking, I usually sit on my couch here when I play my games. And so I'll sit and then I'll fold my legs up and then I'll start laying and leaning. And any day that I play a game for more than 4 hours, if there's some day I'm marathon and stuff, the next day one side of my back is totally effed. And I can barely stand up straight and I walk like a weird caveman. So I know what you're saying from actual physical pain.
Exactly. So definitely give her props because that takes some gutsos to do. So congratulations, Danny. We've already said it, but we'll say it again right here on the air. Freaking fantastic job. Keep up the good work. You're doing God's work. Doing God's work out there.
That's right. And then coming up next week, as a team, we don't have anything. No IG2G, no specialty, anything. Nobody's given us any fan art. If you want to send us fan art of anything, you could draw a dog, and we'll do fan art of dogs. I don't know. But Talented Tuesday used to be a thing, and now it's not, and it makes me sad. So I think every Tuesday will have to be another Danny 24-hour stream. What do you think? I think that's a great idea. Let's hold it to it right here, right now on the air. It's
24-hour streams every Tuesday the rest of her life. Done.
That won't ruin her life at all.
No, that wouldn't jack anything up. I will say I do miss the Talented Tuesday. Oh, man. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Maybe we got to make up our own once in a while. Just do it regardless. Mm-hmm. So I'm in agreement. We'll have to talk with Danny, see if she's cool with that. Just once in a blue moon, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. When the mood strikes, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I know what you mean. And I think as far as me for next week, I'm probably going to be getting back into a little bit of streaming. I got to figure out how I want to do it, though, because it's hard for me because I stream just from the console, so I get, if I want to see comments other than holding a phone literally in front of my face the entire time while I play, I got to have the interface up. And it's hard to get into it when I have the interface up. You know what I mean? Because it's just
oh, yeah.
As soon as the stream ends and, if I'm playing Kiwami 2 or something and I go back to doing whatever, it's it blows up and it's just oh my gosh, Kiwami is huge and big and it's just enveloping me and it's just washing over me with all its colors. So, I want to stream Fist of the North Star, but I also want to be, in it and bathe in the blood and the gore.
No, I totally understand what you're saying about the whole setup thing. Because I've been doing it, setting it up, actually, and finally, slow ass Eric finally has it set up to where I want it, which I just detangled 2 or 3 cords to make this dumb show happen. So now I got to rearrange it a little bit once again. But I get it. You definitely, everyone always recommends the dual monitors and have them side by side right here, so you can just be immersed in the game and then just kind of casually look over during a slow moment or something you don't need to pay attention to. But yeah, if I had to hold a phone up and look, I would never look because as it stands, I'll bring water down to have a drink or something while I'm gaming and doing things. And 3 hours later, I'll be like, oh yeah, I've never taken a sip of water. I've never checked my phone. I've never done anything because I'm just in it, having a good time. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, oops. And I would do the same exact thing. But if I have it up over here, and especially if I blow it up. So anytime there's movement, it catches the corner of my peripherals. Yeah, that's helpful.
Yeah. So look forward to more stuff from us coming up next week. Whether it's whatever, I don't know. So yeah, look for more stuff coming up.
Look forward to more stuff next week. There'll be something happening. Damn it.
And hey, speaking of something happening, what's always happening here on this here show? We got us some shift codes for Golden Keys in Borderlands 2. So hit up the Twitter, the Reddit, the forums, the Instagram. Get yourself some free loot.
And I will say, make sure you are getting that free loot with those shift code keys because something we're going to be talking about here in just a little bit. There's a possibility you might actually be needing them in the near future. What?
What does that mean?
I don't know. Oh my God. What could it mean?
Hey, could it be? I know something we need. It's the Battleborn free rotation. We need those 6 characters. We need them all up in a bundle.
That?
We need rotation A. We need to spin the thing and reach in and pull the ball out and be like, oh, it's A. It's A this week. What do you think about the lineup, dude?
Oh, let me tell you about the lineup. Oh goodness, wow. Man, I guess a Rendy, like I always say. Pretty much. Surprise, surprise. I think I switched it up. I went with the Montana once on this one, but that's all right. I'm going to go back with a Rendy, go play some Rendy, go through the Chaos Bolts, all the good stuff. But let me just say once again, here are pleas. Free the Battleborn, please. Free them, Free them, free the battleborn, yeah.
And I'm going to say it's a good thing you went away from Montana this week because he is the Geek of the Week. Oh. Montana is my pick for you to never play ever because you're like, oh, man, I want to be a tank. Oh, here I am. I'm soaking up damage. I'm shooting. I'm having a great time. All right, it's time for me to fall back. But you can't fall back because you're the most enormous thing in the entire world. Damage will always be upon you. I've got to duck behind this entire pillar. Oh, wait, they're still shooting my big giant arm that's sticking out from the pillar. Oh, let me run back behind all these characters. Oh, everyone can shoot over all those characters because I'm 9 feet tall, hitting me in my tiny little head somehow. Boom, you're instantly dead. You suck as a tank. Montana, don't play Montana. Just don't be him. Just kick him out. No tank this week. Sorry, nobody's playing Montana because he's the Geek of the Week.
Oh, man. Poor Montana. Gosh. Just go be Wrath.
You know that's the truth, though. I mean, how many times? Every time I play Montana. All right, I'm taking damage. All right, I'm falling back. Come on, healer. Plink. Why am I dead? Oh. No. Great.
Oh, I know. I played Montana quite a bit for a little while. I was like, he's the only one I could probably tank with. Rawr. Oh, look, I just died because, you can't escape. Exactly like you said. You can never escape. I got to back up. Well, 50 people are shooting me. Oh, my God. This hurts.
Let me back up when I'm at 75% health. So when I get to an actual safe place, I'll have 25. And then I can justify going back to the base. Awesome.
God bless him. God bless that old boy.
And hey, now's the time for the general old Gearbox news. I'm going to start us off with something good, something that may be announced by the time this episode comes out. Because the Gearbox Software Twitter had a little contest and they said, hey, who wants a copy of the Homeworld Remastered Collector's Edition? All you got to do is follow Gearbox Software and retweet this post, and a winner will get announced on Friday, the day that this episode drops. So hey, congratulations to whoever you are. Or hey, hope you win later, depending on when the announcement comes. There you go.
Bam. Well, it's funny because when this first popped up, I was like, I should enter this. This would be a perfect opportunity. Win Homeworld, actually go, get my hands on it and play it and check it out and see what it's all about. Because, of course, out of the three of us, none of us are really big into those types of games, so nobody covers that one. Yep. And I've always felt, I'm like, well, man, somebody should play it, but I just can't justify it. There's too many crazy games that I'm in love with all over the place. I can't do it on a game that I possibly am going to be like, no way, Jose. I was like, yeah. And then I went, shut up, dummy. You don't win things, so why bother? Exactly.
So this is the complete opposite. If you don't win things, you should enter everything.
But that's what I used to do. I used to enter everything. I didn't even enter those Lansing Mall raffles. You know what I'm saying? Put my name in.
This is literally as easy as pushing your finger on a screen thing.
The disappointment, man.
You have to press it twice. See, you didn't even remember this until I mentioned it. So you would have forgotten, and then if you won, it would have been the greatest surprise ever. But now it's just another thing that just.
Well, I didn't forget
a ship
about it.
that sailed by in the night.
I saw it again today pop up saying this was your last opportunity to get in on it. So technically, I saw it. I had two chances.
Well, technically, you saw it, but you didn't remember it. Come on.
I just went. I wouldn't have mentioned it tonight. No,
See?
No, I wouldn't have mentioned it. Just because, like I said, things you win, it's not a part of my life. I gotta win. I gotta win by dipping my hands in flames and fire and burning every ounce of me away to get something. That's how I get my things. I don't get it by someone handing it to me and saying, "Hey, here you go, buddy." No, I have to pay with my eyes, my fingers, my toes, my elbows. I have to pay with my blood.
You probably won't get this reference, but you're like old Snake in Metal Gear Solid 4 just crawling through that irradiated hallway to try and get like a nice shiny apple at the end. Like, look, I got some apples.
There you go. I was thinking Kroll, dipping my hands through the lava to get the blade. Yeah. But, of course, since it was magic, it didn't really hurt him. But, you know what I'm saying? For me, it would have. I'd have burned all my fingers and hands.
You'd be like, dude, put your hand inside the box.
Yes.
Okay, exactly. You got to live, but now you have a shrivel hand. Except that didn't really hurt him, but you know what I'm saying. If it did.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. If it did, that'd have been me. Yeah, there you go. 2 references of things that didn't hurt but should have. There, we got it.
Welcome to the Goofy Nerd Reference Podcast, starring 2 goddamn morons.
Oh, it's perfect though. That's what we are.
So, tying in a little bit to the social media world, the Borderlands Twitter has been all over the place, especially today with like the it's National Coffee Day, it's National this day, it's National that day. They had like posts for like 3 different national days that it was. They also posted up some cool like Hyperion sneaker mods that I thought was pretty cool. I'm not a big sneaker guy, but those actually looked pretty fresh and cool. Be nice something to sit on your shelf next to your Tiny Tina, you know. So, I mean, the Borderlands social media department is still alive and well and still kicking out stuff and still poking and prodding and saying, hey, we're here.
Well, yeah, it's definitely ramped up a bit, too. And I think with Colin taking over, we're going to see his direction and where things are going. And obviously, we see that he's making sure he's active. He's been doing a lot of stuff with Claptrap lately, too. Putting him in different little places and spots, like the espresso machine or whatever that was, and having fun with that. And then what else did he do? And I think Joe's been posting him with the Halloween and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
Joe had the little Halloween setup. That was cool.
Oh, and the National Pirates Day. So it's neat. And I'm glad to see that they're getting out there, taking the assets they have, you know, like the cool life-size models of their different characters and, you know, goofing around with them, having some fun with the stuff over there. And also, while I'm thinking about it, shout out to Mental Mars. It was National Podcasting Day a few days ago, and Mental Mars gave us a shout out. We appreciate that, buddy. Much love, Bomba Clyde, or whatever that, you know what I'm saying? Rastafarianism.
Oh my goodness. Well, he at least won't understand what that means. So it just means good things, dude. We love you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mental
exactly.
Mars. You're the best.
You are indeed, sir.
So then we got a Randy Pitchford 2-pack. I'm going to start us off light and fun because the other piece, I mean, it's news, so we got to say it, but it's, you know, sad news. So the first cool, fun piece is earlier today, Danny dropped in our crew members only Discord thing, a little video from Piff the Magic Dragon on his vlog about he went to Dallas. I think he seems like a stand-up comedian / magician. I think he's been on America's Got Talent a few times. But he did a vlog about how he went to Dallas to do some charity shows to raise funds for cancer research. And he ran into Randy Pitchford in one of those. And he was standing there with him going, hey, who's this guy? And he was like, hey, I'm Randy. And it was like, oh, no, tell me about yourself. And it's just a cute little fun little video of them hanging out. So there you go. Randy Pitchford appeared in a Piff the Magic Dragon vlog thing on the YouTubes. Pretty neat. Just a fun little thing.
Yeah, that's what he does, man. He is a magician. We always give him crap about it. But that is part of his life. That's what he likes to do, and so it's no surprise he's appearing in some of these little smaller shows and fun things going on around the globes and the internets. But you know, I wish besides being a magician, though, Matt, he was a seer or a fortune teller, or a psychic, because then he would have saw the tragedy that befell him, which was his personal assistant done screwed him over out of a couple $1 million. You know, so he hired a magician as his apprentice, and then he got burned because the magician robbed him. You know what I'm saying?
See, what I was going to say is I thought this story was going to go in a different direction at first. Now, see, in addition to being a magician, I wish I could wear a dragon suit and just walk around and be crazy every day, which I know you do wish you could do.
Oh, I wish I could do that and just be an idiot and have fun and get people to like me. That'd be great.
But yes, as you said, it was reported, I think, in one of the big Dallas newspapers. It made the rounds on Kotaku and Polygon and all the big gaming news sites. Randy Pitchford did get swindled by a former personal assistant. And, you know, they're out a few $1 million. They're trying to find the guy. Apparently he's disappeared. One thing that some of the news sites did want to point out is that, you know, this wasn't something that will affect Gearbox. And it's a good thing they mentioned that, because I think that Dallas article said they realized money was missing when they, quote, didn't have enough for payroll. And, you know, that immediately in my mind goes, oh my gosh, Gearbox payroll? But apparently not. So unless, I don't know. So that's good that it doesn't affect Gearbox at all. And, you know, it sucks that this happened to him. But I think he even said in a follow-up interview that, you know, we didn't get ruined by this, but other people definitely could have. So we really want to get this guy caught.
That's why they're really pursuing him, and trying to get him caught. Now, I'm just going to say that's extremely unfortunate, and that sucks, you know, that happened. But, you know what, anybody who listens to us that's a personal assistant or whatever, hey, you know what, you're probably a great person. You know what you're doing. You're helping your people out. But I've seen too many movies. I've seen too many reports on the news in the last ever since I've been able to watch news and understand it, of personal assistants, personal managers, personal confidants, personal data, personal this, personal that, robbing their clientele and stealing their money, their savings, etc., etc., etc. It happened to an author whom I love, Chuck Palahniuk, you know.
I was just going to bring that up too, yeah.
And that's just, it's terrible to see that happen. A guy or a gal who puts their trust in a confidant like that and then comes back someday and just goes, hey, how are we doing? Oh, you're fine, buddy. And then when you try to look yourself, oh my God, I've got nothing. And then they fly on a plane and go to Brazil or something, and you never see them again. And that's the end of the story. Because you know what? You're not getting paid back. You're not getting them. No one's going to go, oh, we're sorry that dude swindled you. Here's your $3 million back. Here's your $7 million back. Keep on trucking, buddy. No, it's...
And obviously he has no way to pay that back because he bought whatever goods or services and either took them with him or trashed them or just abandoned them. And
So even if they catch him, it's just the man's going to go to prison, which is good. It's where he belongs. But like as Randy himself said, the money's gone. You know, we're not doing it because we're going to think we're going to get money back. We're doing it to stop him from screwing somebody else over, which is, you know, noble and what you want to do. But at the same time, just... I'm so tempted to say, don't have a personal assistant. Handle your own business because you can trust yourself. But then again, that'd be screwing over all the honest people out there. And of course, there's probably 1 million honest personal assistants / managers for every one or two that are crooked and, you know, screw their people over.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, thinking of it from my point of view, I'm just a bumbly scrub. So I could never imagine, like, even you're my best friend. I could never be like, hey, Eric, here's my credit card, go buy me things and just manage all my money.
Take care of it for me.
This or anything. Like every day I would be like, hey dude, what happened today? You'd have to text me a report. We talked about this with the Chuck Palahniuk thing. Just every day or every week on the, you know, at the scheduled time, we'd have to do that. And it would get so annoying that we'd just go, screw it. I'll just do it myself.
Take care of myself. I'm wasting enough time on my own. This isn't actually beneficial to me at all.
Yeah, I think the only people that I would actually trust are, you know, obviously we're working like the financial advisory type field. People with fiduciary responsibility to actually, you know, handle your money correctly. And if they don't, then they can actually go, you know, there's legal repercussions and protections and things there. So people who are designed to do that, like, and have legal responsibility to. But as for me, I subscribe to the DTA philosophy, man. Don't trust anyone. I wouldn't trust anyone.
I don't trust anyone.
I couldn't do it. So, I mean, it does suck, but seeing it from my perspective, I'm just like, this is a totally like alien philosophy and world where this could even happen. I can't even imagine.
And and as you said, it's just because me and you are normal folk. You know what I mean? We don't manage or have enough in our life that we can't take care of it ourselves. So it's hard to see from the eye of an individual who runs and manages several different companies, has all these birds in different places, all this money going in and out and all over the place.
Yeah.
That's
I can't even imagine like having to have a schedule that I would need an assistant to help me keep. Like I have maybe one thing to do every day, and it's usually just go to work, and you go at this point and leave at that point. And then that's it.
That's it.
I don't even have somebody saying, you got to make dinner when you get home. I just get home and I go, whatever. I'll do it. I feel like laying down today. I'm just going to lay down on the floor. Woohoo. I'm going to talk to the ceiling fan today. That's what I'm doing.
Exactly. So, sucks to be everybody involved with that. That's a terrible scenario. I hope he is caught. I hope he's put behind bars, and I hope he gets a whole set of new friends in prison. And maybe he can swindle them out of their smokes and Snicker bars. You know, good luck.
Especially because people like this, you always hear stories of how, you know, obviously this is the first big one that's come out. I'm sure this is the kind of guy who swindled people in the past all the way along and would continue to do it all the way into the future because that's what these people do. And that's what you always hear about. Because there was just in the news a few years ago, some girl who just, everyone, you know, she told everybody that she knew all these people, so she just got floated by on credit and all this other stuff. So, that's, like you said, hope he gets caught so the whole cycle just ends. There you go. Just put him away, get it done.
Exactly. Man, so, since we're on the subject of, you know, crime and swindling and sneakiness, I'll bring up real shortly. I'm not going to go into too much on it. I figure this will be one of those, if you really want to go in and chomp on the bone, check out Supmotto's YouTube video. He has a individual on there whom claims to be in the know on some Borderlands 3 information, and he goes by the name of Subsidian, and he has his own whole page out there. Once again, go to Supmotto's YouTube video. He has the links and everything else you're going to need to get the in-depth on this whole matter. But to sum it up, basically what's being said by Subsidian and then relayed through Supmotto is that Borderlands 3 is already in localization process, and that can take up to a year total, but it's already been in the goes for a few months or whatever as we speak. So therefore, that phase will be done earlier year 2019, and so we're looking at a 2019 release probably for sure, according to them. And then lastly, the real spin here, the real twist, is that he claims he has news that there's going to be some DLC packs for Borderlands 2 to fill in the gaps from 2 up to the new one, 3. He doesn't know, couldn't get any information on whether or not it was going to be like a pre-order bonus, whether it was going to be free, whether it was going to be paid for, only through paying for it, da-da-da-da-da. But he said we're going to see that, and I think this is the part, this was something he said in the previous one, so I now I'm hazy on it, but I think he said that was supposed to be by the end of the year this year. So we were going to see that at the very end of the year, December time frame, and then, of course, sometime in 2019, the release of Borderlands 3. He cites where he comes from and how he has this kind of information. It's super convoluted and strange, but it sounds pretty legit, otherwise I wouldn't even mention it, period. But it does sound like if you are really hunting for Borderlands 3 news and you just want to chomp your teeth on something, I would say at least go give it a listen and then see for yourself what you think. I'm just relaying it. I, of course, always want to believe, but at the same time, I know in my heart I need to just never believe. Just never believe.
You're like Fox Mulder, man. Just, the truth is out there. You gotta find it.
Someday
those aliens will come back with your sister.
They will. And then I can just show all the rest of them sons of guns that I was right all along and I wasn't crazy. You smoking man, in my way. God, I hate you, smoking man. Goodness.
So interesting stuff if true, but I haven't followed up on this myself. I mean, you gave me the rundown right before we went on the show. I would like to, like you said, I'd like to believe that all this stuff is true and happening and coming soon and all this other stuff, but we've already seen how just over our lives in the video game industry, here's the plan. Well, let's change it 18 times before we even get around to starting what the plan would have been. It'd be nice, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I can't put my tinfoil hat on this one.
No, I'm not. I don't want to put tinfoil hat on. I just want to throw the information out there. So anybody that's in the Borderlands junkie field, they can go check it out for themselves if they haven't already. I usually once a week try to go do the rounds of the different YouTubers, etc., who cover some Borderlands stuff or just play Borderlands in general, because they usually keep their ear to the ground in the subreddits and all that other stuff where I dare not tread because only death awaits me there.
That's right. Death and anger.
Exactly.
And hey, speaking of dying and being angry, that happens to me every time I play Battle Royale in Fortnite. So let's just scoop on into the Fortnite news. The best segue ever.
No, you should have said
God,
this,
can
Matt.
you believe
Hang on, Matt. Hang on. Come on.
Okay.
You know, speaking of being frosty and not believing in anything, let's hop into Epic's battle. Damn it. I almost had it. Let's hop into Epic's Battle Royale.
You can't top my segue. Don't even try. Get out of here.
They got the chiller. It was the Frosty Trap, you know?
That's true, the Frosty Trap, yes.
I had it, almost had it. It was right there, Matt.
But I'm going to start us off, even before we get to the chiller, the Frosty Trap, something that did pique my interest that I actually watched the video about and went, that actually looks really cool. Fortnite now has a whole series of Funko Pops out. I think it was exclusively at, was it Target? Or Walmart, some exclusive place that had the Fortnite Funko Pops. So it's all the cool skins that you spent all your V-Bucks on. You know, little Funko Pops, all those. They look pretty detailed, just like Funko Pops always do. Some of them, you know, I'm not a big Battle Royale guy. I'm certainly not a buying of skins for Battle Royale guy. But some of these Funko Pops actually look pretty badass. I'm like, I wouldn't mind having some of those up on my shelf. So that's pretty cool, especially if you're a big fan.
Yeah, it's called a Loot Llama. You know what I'm saying? That's the one I want. Get me a Loot Llama, and I'll buy it, and it will be up here with the rest of my awesome, cool figurines.
They could make it one of the big 10-inch ones. Just a big,
that would be
dopey-looking loot
awesome.
llama.
And then I could get
Heck
some fishing line and hang it from up above, and then have it
string 'em
dangling
up.
right here on my little. Oh, that would be great. And then I'd have like a little mini bat, like a little mini Negan bat, and I could just sit here and whap it as part of the whole get-go. You know.
Oh, see, and if you did it like on a stream, that'd be like, hey, it's your sub llama. You whap it with your little bat.
Exactly,
Hey, welcome
see?
to a new sub. Whap, whap, whap.
A
You
fun
get all
little
dented
gimmick.
and bruised up.
Perfect. Oh, it's fantastic. God, great idea, Matt. That's why they pay you the big bucks, buddy.
That's right. That's why I never miss an episode. Because if I wasn't here to just spew these great ideas right on the air,
Oh, I'd have
nothing
great
would ever
ideas, but they'd be very strange great ideas. They might not even be relevant to the show.
They'd get
But I'd
cut
have
out
ideas.
of the show is what would happen.
Oh, well, if I'm the
look,
only one
hey,
here-
anyway, beep,
I was gonna-
and we're back after Eric's weird tangent.
The whole show would end up just being that.
Well, this whole show has been that right now.
Exactly. Doesn't matter. Oh, God bless. Well, I'm glad you brought up that news. If Danny decides to somehow keep that crazy segue and our flubbering through it in, let me just tell you that the Chiller Trap has been released upon the Battle Royale world. Freeze your foes, everybody. Place this sucker. Enemies step on it. Bam! They're icicles. And you can slide away, run away, do whatever you want. Get away from him or her as fast as you possibly can and get the upper hand and then murder them. So if you're looking for a cool new trap, there you go. What?
See, that's what I thought was the coolest part about it. It's like it gives you the icy feet, so it lets you just slide around. That's pretty neat. I like that.
Yes, I thought that was really cool. They always have these ideas. We've said it a billion times. They just keep someone over there needs to be paid a lot of money because they just keep on going, oh, yeah, duh, here we go. Whoop, perfect idea. Whoop, perfect idea. Whoop, and it just never stops over there.
And speaking of never stopping, they keep adding even more options into the playground mode. You're going to adjust the time of day, all kinds of other crazy stuff. So if you like going in there, making extremely unique situations, and then doing weird stuff with them, now you can do even more weird things in those extremely weird, unique situations. I mean, like we always say, more stuff is always better. Just keep adding more stuff. Let people do the crazy stuff that they're going to do. Make it just like a fun little, it's like a little Minecraft mode. Just make it whatever you want. Just craziness everywhere. Awesome.
Indeed. I mean, we've said it before. We'll say it again, Matt. Just tweaking everything, improving on it. You can't beat that. And as long as you keep doing that and never get lazy with it, I feel like you're going to have an audience forever. May not be the high that it's on now, but I'm telling you right now, Fortnite's here to stay. As long as they keep on coming out with this crazy, cool, tweaks, new items, things, traps, blah, 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 new modes, forever, forever, forever.
As we've seen, Eric, you just keep tweaking, and you'll be there forever, just like this show.
That's right.
Which we're going to wrap up right now because I'm going to be lazy and say there's not much else to talk about.
That's right. And that's about it. I mean, it's been a lazy, hard week, boys and girls, and we're going to end it here and just get on with our lives because we love you. And you'd want us to get on with our lives, wouldn't you?
Hey, if you do or if you don't, send us that feedback via email, info@thirdshift.me, tweet at us at ThirdShiftME, and find us on Facebook under Third Shift. And hey, I'm going to reiterate something that I talked about 2 episodes ago. Obviously, we fumbled around with some news for a good amount of this episode, but there's not a whole lot coming out. And like we've said before, there's not a whole lot left out there on the horizon. It's all like murky and dusky and fog of war, So if you have other things you'd like us to talk about or like us to do or investigate or other themes you want us to explore on the show, any kind of thing, any kind of suggestion that you fans have, what do you want to see Third Shift do in the future? Do you want us to change everything? Do you want us to change a couple things? Do you want us to have Danny on more? She would love that,
No,
I
she
guarantee
wouldn't.
you.
That's a lie.
Do you want us to have even more special guests? Do you want us to have Howard on the show? Whatever it is, just send us all your feedback, all your suggestions. What do you love about the show? What do you hate about the show? We can cut stuff out. We can put stuff in. How do you like your Third Shift? How do you want it to be? Do you want us to reconfigure stuff? Send us all that feedback. There you go. I just put it all out there just like a big spew of things. So just do that.
Do that. And while you're doing that, I'd recommend you get on over to that wonderful Patreon and say, hey, these Joe Schmoes are cool cats, man. I'm going to throw them $1. Whoop, whoop. Just like a tip jar. Put in that buckaroo, head on your merry way, and we say, thank you, Sai. Thank you, Sai. That's from the Dark Tower. It's a beautiful thing. Go check that out, too. However, If you can't, throw us a buck or two, and you're saying, I do really like these boys and girls, but I got no money. You know why? Because I've been eating ramen noodle soup and cockroaches that I find in my neighbor's house because that's all I got. You know, I get it. I was there. I've lived that life. You can, however...
I don't believe that.
Shut up, Matt.
I don't really believe that.
Shut up, Matt. I'm trying to relate to the folks that are hard-pressed. All right?
Wait a minute. If they can only eat ramen soup and cockroaches, how are they affording a device to listen to this glorious podcast?
Because
where do they get the Wi-Fi from? Do they steal that from
the local library.
You got to go into.
They ride their bicycles to the
okay.
local library. They sit down in that little computer where the lady tells them be quiet, and you've only got 30 minutes. And you know what they do with the 30 minutes? They listen to this podcast.
That's enough time to listen to an episode.
Right.
Yep.
And that's what they do, and I get it. I'm with you. You know what? Check out a great book. Like I said, Dark Tower is a great one. You go read that one while you're there. And then also, in that last minute while she's yelling at you to get off that computer, please consider giving us a like on the Facebooks, thumbs ups on the old Twitters, 5-star reviews on the iTunes, comments, questions, concerns, suggestions. All that is a wonderful thing for you to do. Helps us feel loved. Helps us, obviously, change the direction of the show, move things around, give you what you want. It's what we want to do for you.
Exactly. And another thing we want to do for you is be back in your ear holes on the 12th of October for our very next episode, because this show drops every single Friday. Even if we miss it a Friday, we got bonus content out there for you. So hit us up on the 12th, and you can find that episode on iTunes, on Stitcher, and on Podbean. And as I always say, if you like what we're doing and you'd like to help us out, please give us a like, a rating, a review, a comment, a subscription, any kind of good thing on any one of those good services, because it does help us out. And we really do appreciate it.
God, that was so sexy, Matt. I'm just going to let that in right there and just say, hey, you know what? Take care out there, everybody. And I don't know if there's anything else to say, but...
don't forget to save, baby.
Ooh, God dang, don't forget to save.
Shut up and sit down.